Hello everybody, welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. Today we have a lovely 5 pick a card spread, and it's going to be about basically trusting your path and your energy. So it's all about bringing in our new opportunities, and in a lot of cases it'll be all about reinvention, where we focus our energy. But I feel like some are going to have a mass increase of income. Some are going to find your passions. You're going to have successful endeavors. So it's sort of like a prediction for the next 3 to 6 months, because I feel like the energy is really flowing to all these beautiful areas. But of course, we always have to watch our focus, because where we put our energy is where we get our results, right? So I chose these gorgeous Chinese oracle zodiac cards. So whether it's your zodiac or not, whether you just like the image or whatever, you can choose from that, or you can choose. What I recommend a lot of times is to just watch the entire video and take from it what resonates and works with you, because lots of times there's so many little paths and avenues and opportunities that come our way, that sometimes it's nice to just sort of like cherry pick the stuff that works for you and cultivate a retinue from that, and what sort of guides you and leads you, because lots of times I'll watch such a scale of different readers and just choose from that. It's very, very helpful. So we're to start. Number 1, we have the snake. The artwork is so sublime, isn't it? It's like cotton candy in the air. It's so beautiful. Number 2 is the monkey. This was one of the favorite images I saw, and the reason I had to get these cards, because this was so remarkable. Number 3 is the rooster. And number 4 is the horse. That's amazing as well. I'm definitely going to paint that, because that's really, really stunning. And number 5 is the pig. So I'll let you look at that for one moment. You can choose. Again, sort of trusting your path and your energy and how it flows. And also, I feel a lot of messages already coming through, like where we can put our focus, how we can visualize to help these things come our way, learning to detach from situations for sure, starting and ending our day in positive thoughts. That makes a huge, huge difference. There's lots of ways to ground and connect, and we're going to learn about that as well. I already hear those messages coming in. So we're going to begin with the snake, and I'll do a couple of like oracle cards too. Like perhaps I'll do like a angel, and I'll also do a one of our beautiful trigger versus true statements, because I love those, and I just feel like sometimes it just takes that little snap back to reality that goes, oh yeah, things aren't nearly as hazardous as our mind can make up a lot of the time. So let me just give these a good shuffle. And I love these cards. These are what followed the Illuminati deck, and just stunning, bright artwork. I really, really love it. So I'm doing this when I'm really super calm. That's why my voice and cadence is so slow, because I just feel really chill. And I'm able to, this is nice. So this is what we're moving away from, okay? I feel like in these reads, I tend to start and I ask my guides where the energy is at, what we want to move from and what we're going towards, right? Because it's very important. I'm actually going to do this in 4s today. Beautiful, the sun. I felt guided to take another card for you, definitely, and I'm glad that I did. Okay, so what I feel is happening right now, and what you're moving away from and what you're starting to recognize, which is very important in our lives. We don't want to just look out there and see everything that's beneficial to us and is so super wonderful, right? We have to recognize any pitfalls or sort of emotional traps that can be laid for us. Now, what this is about is being very keen and very aware of who and what is out there that doesn't serve us and might just want something from us, materialistically, emotionally, sexually, anything like that. You never know, right? And this I'll read, and also I'll read the snake zodiac after I do these. The 7 of Swords is definitely about the thief in the night and somebody trying to get away from something. So that's to tell us to be really keen in our senses of when something doesn't feel right. You know what I mean? Just that sort of like, like, why don't you look over there? You kind of get a flippy stomach. It's all about those little intuitive insights that are like, let's really hone in on this and see what's going on. And you're going to be able to decipher really who's in your camp and who isn't. You're really going to be more tuned into this, because with your on your reinvention schedule is basically weeding out anything that is subpar to you, that just doesn't really work. And like part of that, I feel like you guys, this group is going to be eliminating heavy stimulants too. Like you're going to cut down on your massive caffeine intake. What happens is when we have too many stimulants, this can also be social, exactly too. Like you can get socially exhausted by too many people, places, and things all together. And you can actually start to deplete your intuitive, natural senses when you're getting too much other information and streams of information from other people, places, and things. If you're constantly out and you don't get into any kind of lovely meditative state or being able to walk. I feel too, when you get home, a good thing to do is to just like breathe in the fresh air out in your own yard. Go around and hunt for cool little new crystals, you know, in a shop or whether it's in a mine, whatever it is. Definitely some physicality is called for right now too with the Prince of Wands. This is about passion and action. I feel when we physically move our body, and a lot of people are like, I'm like that too. I'm not a huge gym person, but I do like to walk outside. So if you just wherever you are, so you can move those muscles, you don't get cramped. And also, so you're not just staying in an office and working, because what happens is we can go blank right when we overdo it. Beautiful, fun little things like cooking a meal from scratch, being just completely out in nature, stuff like that. Because I feel like you're really trying to connect and be a vibrational match for your best self and the best people that you're attracting to. And I feel a lot of balance is coming in for you, complete and full balance. I like when twos come in. And Two of Wands is definitely about looking out over onto the horizon and figuring out what you really want. You're getting galvanized for a future, you know, that you know has your best interest, those around you, thinking of the collective and other people, not just yourselves, which is, you know, it's very important karmically and for filling your soul with the right sort of encounters. When we think of others as ourselves, like in our cars or anywhere, it's really important, right? Don't you have a good time when somebody lets you in? You usually end up letting somebody in and being really nice too. But it is funny that this does purport at times, and in certain books, a discontent, something. You can have outward success, but there's some inner unhappiness. Like you're not very, very pleased with all the circumstances or current fate. You know what I mean? Like there's a spiritual gap that you want to fill. You have there's a division of thought or purpose. This can happen with Wands too. Like you really, really want to accomplish things, but you have to remind yourself. I'm sorry, I'm going on to the Two of Wands. I was pointing to this. The Two of Wands, where you just focus, whether it's in a business endeavor, a journey, setting your goals, careful planning. It's you trying to gain mastery over a situation. But you really have to have your head and your heart in the same place and not have a division. And know all good things come with time, that you don't have to hurry. You don't need the answer today. You know, you don't have to go out of your 24-hour time zone, which is really where we want to stay in, so we can be focused, alert, in harmony with what we want. So just as we have a certain vibration, this really talks about as the sun is starting to come in and bring you your wishes. And here's why. Because just as we have certain vibrations, the things that you want also have a distinct vibration, the people, places, and things. Okay. So if you want your experience to match your vibration with theirs, keep matching it to your dreams. Keep thinking of your dreams. Keep thinking of being in the sun and winning and being completely full of balance. You know what I mean? The right food, the right rest, never getting too overwhelmed. I feel like you're really coming into your own, and you have your ancient ancestors as well as all your guides all around you, and just call on them for help. Remember to decompress and really just trust your path and energy right now, because it's going to guide you correctly. Other people's opinions mean little to nothing to you right now, because what you're understanding is you can filter them quickly and you can unmask them for whether it's very good and important guidance or not. And then you just discard it. You take what you need and then you discard. You're really, really doing well with this, because I feel too, I'm hearing a mass increase of income as well, because you're finding your passion for sure. And you're going into, you're in that driver's seat right now, and you're just going on and moving more and more to other successful endeavors, because you know what you want, and you're just going to go for it. Here comes Winter to say hello. Of course, if she wants to lay across the cards, I'm going to scooch her, because I really just would like to have a smooth time of it. And I need to find the little booklet for your, oh, here we go, for your zodiacs. And we're going to be reading about the snakes. Go on. Why she just ran so fast. I have a little spray bottle and I pretend I was going to spray her. Because what happens is she'll lay across the entire altar because she loves the stones and she likes to be right where I am, but it can be a little distracting. So let's see what's going on in terms of the snake. And look at that artwork. Isn't it? It's so remarkable. I remember seeing just the monkey card and going, what is that? And Ian had ordered it and it didn't come in until now, and he ordered it in October. So let's see what the snake is for you if you chose that. I find that card very beautiful with like the albino snake. And if you go up really close to the card, I'll hold it up after. It has really light blue eyes and the fairy on it. Each one of the cards incorporates a fairy along with the animal. And it's almost like she has a cotton candy banner that she's just like the ribbon dancers use. And she's just swirling it around and it's so beautiful. So let's see what the snake has to. I'll put it right in the center also for you to see because it's so lovely. Just want to hold up there. You see that? You can see the blue eyes and all the little scales and the little ribbon fairy up on top. The yin and yang. And I love the little flowers because they're like Horton Hears a Who little flowers down there, which I love. It's one of my favorite all-time Dr. Seuss is Horton Hears a Who. So let's see what's going on with the snake for you guys. The snake's sentence is, I have my own way in spite of the changing situations. The keywords for the snake card is calm, composed, quick thinking, without distraction, and flexible. The description is, the snake glides quietly along his way, allowing for the fairy to sing and dance over his head. The outside influence is insufficient to change his plan. No matter what I will be encountered on the road, or no matter what will be encountered on the road, the snake will cope in a calm, low profile. Like, yeah, nothing overtakes the will of a snake. It will wait if there's obstructions, or it will go around it. It's very, very placid and calm. The positive meanings are calm, planned, focus, and flexibility. Step-by-step adaptability and keep fighting. Trust and work with others and listen carefully. Not to be tied down and feeling with your heart. That's really lovely. So that is your energy, you guys, and that's really beautiful. Yeah, I feel like you're just sort of flowing. You're going towards your destiny. You're definitely trusting your path and your energy, whether it's, just full on massive vitality or low key chilling out a little while, because we all need a little R&R, as we know, and you're going to find this passion, and you guys are just going to be wonderful. And again, you're going to be able to pick out any deceptiveness around you, that Seven of Swords. If anybody's shady around you, you're just coming right into your moment because you are really divinely guided right now, and you're coming out in the sun. You're going to have that warmth, that passion, those lovely mixes. And a lot of you guys too, I feel that fresh new love is also coming in with the sun card. You're going to meet new people that you now see in different lights because you're much more patient and accepting with first impressions, because that's anybody can have a stranger off day. So you're up to re-meeting and re-evaluating how you feel about certain people, and it's really going to bring some beautiful new energy into your life. And I feel at work too, you're going to be doing really well, but I feel like this is a warning to not overdo it and be chasing like the almighty dollar so you feel like you're spiritually lacking. I must say money is definitely a fantastic energy and it can be exchanged for a lot, but don't work yourself just for the sake of work and making money and not allowing yourself that breathing space, those moments where you can just read a book and you're not concerned or overwhelmed by things you have to go do at work, that you just get to have some peace involved in it as well. So that's really nice, you guys. Beautiful energy. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and don't forget to press like and subscribe and the little notification bell that's down at the bottom. And if you press the little gray arrow on the bottom right, that'll bring you to all my links down below if you need a private read. If you want to go on Instantgo, where I can get right back to you immediately and help you out. If you're going on a date or you're going somewhere where you need a little advice, I can get back to you very quickly. And anything else down there, my Etsy store, I have all natural stone jewelry and crowns and really fun things on there for you guys, and just interesting, nice, beautiful things for mind, body, and spirit. And speaking of that too, if you guys want to check out the link to the new Goddess Provision box, that I don't get paid to discuss anything about them. However, I do get a small percentage when you guys check on that link and buy off of there, and it helps support the channel. And their stuff is super high quality. Check them out. I was so impressed with them. And it's like, I don't have a lot of things that I ever want to promote, because I don't think a lot of things are worth their value for what they are. But this particular company does a fantastic job with their crystals. They give you oracle cards in your monthly boxes. Just fun, beautiful things. I especially like all the scented stuff. They're beautiful room sprays that, you know, uplift and sort of give you clarity. Because as you guys know, especially if you're other readers, if you spend a lot of time in your office and stuff, every once in a while you just need that beautiful olfactory sense to have something nice that isn't necessarily coming from a candle if you don't want to deal with fire. Very, very lovely. So I love this energy for you guys. Yeah, go out. Yeah, I feel like there's no toxicity around you anymore, that you just sort of shook that off and you're renewed and you're full of vigor and you're moving on, which is fantastic. Beautiful, you guys. Okay, so next we're going to be moving on to monkey energy right here. Love that. That was the card that was so attractive that made me want to get the deck, because the artwork was so stunning. So let's see what the energy is for the monkey. The moon waxes only to wane, water brims only to overflow. The key words for the monkey is unrestrained, lively, active, and pursuing freshness. Description: the dexterous monkey has a free soul. He likes to climb high to overlook the distance, imagining he's a master of this world, and he can run freely and unrestrained. The fairy is decorated with jade to remind the monkey not to be so complacent or wildly arrogant. Positive meanings are smart, energetic, cheerful, and optimistic. The active meanings are be adaptable, respond rapidly, and compete actively. You are stronger than the problem and trust your own strength. Speak and act cautiously, persevere, and a petty trick can't beat great wisdom is a special prophecy. I really like that, and the artwork is amazing. Yeah, I feel like this group is going to have a lovely agility, and again, you're trusting your path and your energy that you're on, and you're able to read it. Knowing that we're energetic beings and that our mood is the direct indicator of our vibrations at any given moment. So are the things that we're attracting. So when we try to match the wonderful things that we want, we therefore want to bring up our vibration. There's lots of really great ways we can do that. You know, music, walking. It's the same almost as grounding, you know, meditating outside, getting close to trees and nature, walking, eating root vegetables, sitting near water, streams and rivers, being around crystals. That's why I'm always handling and touching my crystals. And very importantly too, getting physical. I mean, we really need to, if a lot of people are in offices, we really need to stretch and exercise and get moving. You know what I mean? We just need that physical stretching, because as we know, things can get problematic if we're inactive, for sure. Our circulation is very, very important. Our chi and our flow of energy, we don't want that blocked. You know, I feel a lot of you are trying to acquire life wisdom right now, and you're doing really good. You have great expressive outlets through creativity, which is great. You're having confidence and belief in the flow of things right now. Very good. You really, you're counting your blessings, and you have a lot of gratitude, which is super important for things. Okay, I feel like this is a good shuffle. I'm just eyeing the cat because I see that she's trying to come through. All right, let's see what's going on. Very nice. We got King of Cups. Oh, Page of Cups. It's a very emotionally stable and giving time, for sure. Oh, lovely. An Eight of Wands. So definitely into progress and moving forward and emerging sort of out of any kind of avenue of fear. This is all about just strong directed energy into whatever endeavor you're pursuing right now. You know what I mean? This is a lovely flow and focus, especially after this. I love the King of Cups because he's steadily on an upwardly mobile path in everything that he's trying to acquire. You know what I mean? He's eliminating everything that doesn't work, any of those toxicities And you'll be doing that as well. Any people, places, or things where you just get an ick feeling, you just feel heavy, you feel burdened, or you feel just not inclined to participate in that anymore. And that's what the King of Cups is all about, is feeling emotionally refreshed and renewed. So when your cup is full, you're able to share with others and give, right? When your cup is empty because you're depleted, or you're detaching because there's too much going on, you're unable to give. So you realize, wow, how I keep my cup full is I manage my frequency. And how I manage my frequency the best is, with animals, being with the right people, going in. Also, not only being in the right people, and the right people, and with going to the right places and things that energize you and make you really good. How you physically feel is a really huge indicator if you're doing things right. Like if you have a tight chest, you're overstressed, you're trying to do too much. It's time to pull back a little bit. And I love the Page of Cups because those are the little messages you'll feel. It's a slower moving energy, but they're the little messages that you'll feel internally as well. Like just your neck getting tense. Like I'll give you an example. Yesterday, I kept pushing a little too hard trying to make this piece of jewelry that was giving me a hard time. And I was so tenacious, I didn't want to give up, but I was physically getting pains in my neck and tension from it because I wasn't stepping back. But you're going to be able to do that because you're going to be able to, how this is working for you is you're aligning your belief system in total agreement with what you're wanting. And when you do that, you're not contradicting anything, which is beautiful. That means you're in the flow. You know what's going on. And I love this is sort of a rapid pace understanding of, oh, wow, I really do trust my path and my energy, and I'm going to listen to my intuition, and I'm going to ask. This group is asking their guides and archangels and spirit team, hey, how do you feel about this? I would like to do this, and I feel like I require this in my life for some fulfillment at this time. And you're really listening to your intuition, the messages you get back, which come very rapidly. Everyone is agreeable around you in the near future. So you're really, again, you're emerging strong and balanced as well. You're really having confidence in your flow of what's going on. And also I feel like this is the brain train group where you're just like, I'm retraining my brain. I'm not going to listen to any self-talk, any negativity. It's all about onward and upward. I know about the law of cause and effect. In this equation, your thoughts are the cause of your behaviors and what you bring towards you. And you want to attract prosperity, wealth, beautiful people and relationships, effective work habits. And this is, you guys, you're really, really climbing up the scale in effective work habits and being able to manage your time really, really well and getting awesome results, therefore money for it as well. So I love that energy for you so much. So I'm going to pull you guys a trigger and true statement. So this one is joyful. Let's see what it says. The trigger statement is, I feel so low. The true statement is, I persevere. Release the worry and fear and allow confidence, trust, and strength to take you to your goal. And that's exactly what you're doing. You're realizing I can go from the doldrums to joyful very simply by just changing the track in my head. And that's your brain train. You definitely are like, I am going to halt all thoughts of negativity and self-doubt because they get nowhere. How I progress in life and meet new people is being open, honest, and joyful too. And it's not like you have to be so over the top happy. It's simply a lovely thought in your head that can change things. Because again, you're watching your beliefs, right? Your subconscious mind will hold you back to protect you from certain fates, right? So what has to happen is you have to align your belief system and have it be in with what you want. So there are no barricades or blocks. So when you're just like, I'm going to reach this, there's no reason I shouldn't. I love it. I love it. I love it. And you're not going to have any if, what, when, and buts or anything that sort of make you backtrack. You're just all systems forward, and that's beautiful energy. And that's definitely what the king and queen energy is all about. It's about success. It's about aligning and just having confidence in everything. You're going to have a lot of feelings that the universe is just falling in perfect order for you and helpfulness. You know what I mean? And a big part of this right now for you is gratitude, you guys. Gratitude goes so far because the universe, your guides, and everyone is like, let's just give them more. If they're being grateful and they're playing on an honest field and they're doing well and they just want to succeed, let's give them more. Let's give them tools in their toolbox to get the answers they want. And there you go. It's like giddy up, all systems go. So that's you guys, beautiful energy. So if you're new, welcome to the channel, and don't forget to press like and subscribe. And also there's a little bell down there to notify you when all the new videos are up, and the little gray arrow down at the bottom right will bring you to all my links down below for private reads, for my Instantgo reads. You can just pop right on there and I get back to you within the hour, because it makes the little sound that goes off if you need a little quick 1 question or 2 question read. All my links to my Etsy store, my Patreon page. Thank you, patrons. We just had a little chat night down there, and it was so funny because there's a link you have to press, but you have to start typing to be able to go on, and some people had a hard time with that, but I love that. We have chat night, and we're going to probably start doing that once a week so we can all connect and get to know one another, and then I show the new cards and we have discussions. So check it out. It's wonderful, and it helps support the channel. Another thing that helps support the channel is the new Goddess Provisions link down there. If you want to check that out, it's a monthly, like, fantastic box where you get crystals, you get oracle cards, you get candles, you get just all little fun things, chocolates, teas, all those great little things. It's like a surprise grab bag of very high quality and really nifty stuff. And every time you click on that link and a box is sold through that, I get a small percentage that helps support the channel as well. Check it out. It's really, really cool. I mean, I receive a lot of offers, but I decline 99.9% of them because I'm really into quality and I love you guys, and I know you trust me, and I'm never ever going to try to do something just for money. If I feel like it's a service you want and you love, then yes, but that's the only reason I would do that. And I'm really impressed by this box. So you guys keep on with this beautiful energy. I feel like you just cleared your head. It's like your brain took a shower and was like, it just washed away all the grime and the fog, and you're like, ta-da, and you're just really on it now. So monkey group, you guys are really in it. Like the obstacles are just falling away, and that's beautiful. So I love that energy for you. So now we're going to go on to Rooster. Just funny, that's my Chinese zodiac sign. And I remember going into, I'm just getting your cards ready. I remember going into a Chinese restaurant and seeing the zodiacs and being so into them and thinking they were beautiful. So let's see what's going on for your group, what the Chinese zodiac is for that. The Rooster. It was funny, I was going to do a read for all 12 at once, and I thought, oh my gosh, that'll be like a 3-hour read. So I'm going to do it in piecemeal, and then the next I'll probably do like 6 or 7 in the next one and have the rest of the zodiacs on there because they're just so cool. So let's see what Rooster is doing. Okay. And the Rooster says, only I can wake up the sun. The keywords are responsible, diligent, punctual, loving to be concerned, good at communication. The description is, with the crowning of the rooster, the sun rises slowly, and the golden morning glow spreads over the rooster and the fairy, which become their most gorgeous clothes. Every day they wait for this moment with full pride, as though it was their mission. The yang meanings are stable, daring to express opinions, and self-confident. Active meanings are in-depth exploration and being responsible, using interpersonal relationships to solve problems. Action is a shortcut to success. Yeah, sometimes we can play stuff out over in our head over and over and think that it's actually some sort of resolution, but we actually have to take action as well, and not huge steps all the time. If it's not something that we're fully engaged or ready for, just take small steps, start to test out the water, see if it's something you like to engage in, and go on from there. Again, like, it's the same premise of working in 24 hours instead of trying to get the whole life picture, you know, going back, fixating on the past, or hopping too far in the future. That's not what this group is about. They're about concise details and feeling about what's going on, because again, all this thing is aligning. This whole read, you know, of our next energy coming in the next 3 to 6 months is definitely aligning our belief system to become in total agreement with what you're wanting. It's very, very important, because we don't, we're not trying to pull in any energy, and we can contradict that energy. You know what I mean? Like if we're saying, oh, all rich people are con artists, or money is the root of all evil, then we're basically saying, oh, push the money away. We don't need money. But money is an energy that can buy a homeless person a house that you know. It can donate to your local sports team. You can buy a scholarship for the local children's with money. So let's reevaluate how we think about money. Stuff like that, you know what I mean? Those little blockages. If you're like, why am I'm such a good person, but money never comes to me? It can be some misgotten belief that's tucked away that contradicts what we really want to come our way, right? Like I had that for a long time in my life of saying things like that, like, oh, you know, people, you know, people that have tons of money, that's all they care about. And it's not true at all. These cards are flying out, so I'm going to put them out there. So Temperance. This card literally just flew right the hell out. So Temperance, which is funny because that's really what we're aiming for, right? We want to have some really super cool... Hold on. These are so slippery. And Death. This is lovely too. This is a dropping of old habits. Again, we were just talking about that. Old beliefs that contradict what you want to actually have the flow towards you. So again, you guys are going to be on the brain train. You're retraining your brain. With this Death card, we're going to start right there by saying, listen, we know what we want to attract and how to attract it, but we have to get rid of these old thoughts and beliefs that run in exact contradiction of where we're trying to make progress, right? Not only is it holding the wishes in yourself back, it's sending mixed messages to the universe. I want, but I don't want. Oh, I love money. I really need money, but I hate money. All that stuff, right? You're like, just clear that energy and only say one thing in one direction, because we have to be in agreement and alignment with what we're saying, right? And right now you're on a mission. You have these beautiful envisionments. So just start to channel that. Decompress, rest, trust what your intuition is telling you. Don't let in other opinions that aren't yours. That's a big part of it too. Sometimes we get friends, family members or whatever, and they try to impart some wisdom. And this is what Temperance is about, being able to weed through other people's thoughts and opinions that aren't our own, and be able to release those and let go of those and get in alignment with what we truly think, not necessarily somebody else, right? Because the time we spend with our family and friends, we want to be light, happy, and, you know, have patience with everybody, have great relationships. That's what Temperance is about. You know, we don't need to express every opinion we have at every moment, especially if it can be harmful, unless we see something really bad happening. We can go along to get along. We don't necessarily have to be right all the time too. Temperance is lovely for that, because when we engage that way, we bring successes and we manifest our dreams and our wishes coming true, because we're focused on what we want, what we need to be happy, as opposed to everything else going on around us, that swirling dervish of craziness that can happen in families and friendships, right? So the Death card is going to represent what it just no longer doesn't serve you. You're just letting it die a death. This can be old friends that create hazards in your life, because these people are very pessimistic and they can be toxic to your growth. So you're just releasing them, because I feel like that this group, it has a lot of creative individuals. They're artists, they're musicians, writers, they're lighthearted people, and they're playful, and they have a lot of new love and other things coming in with this this card, this Knight of Cups. So when it comes in, if you have really clarified what you want and clean the slate of all the things that contradict that, like heavy friendships of people where you're just a big ear for them so they can pour out all their problems. Guess what? That's a time vacuum that you don't really want in your life, because you want to be able to, you're super creative. You want to be able to be out there and have your headspace be great, right? So you're going to just abandon all that bullshit that just doesn't serve you, because you don't have a lack of belief in yourself anymore. You're beginning to really trust that the universe is supporting you, and that there's all these mechanisms and just switches that can just be flipped so quickly by you, by these tiny new approaches. You know what I mean? You're shielded from stuff that doesn't serve you, and you can go the distance, and you have a dedication now to your best life. And I want to tell you this funny thing. When I was in the store the other day, I had to run in and just get something that could be disposable to hold some incense. So I ran into Goodwill with my son, and I heard these two teenagers go, "We're living our best life, aren't we, Carol?" And Carol goes, "Yeah, up here at the Goodwill." She goes, "Nah, bitch, we're at the Goodwill." And then they all burst out laughing. I thought it was so funny that they were like leaning over the counter, just like done with the day. It was really cute to see that interaction, because I remember being a teenager with my friends at work and having that feeling of, oh my gosh, is this shift ever going to end? But now you're emerging into this new found wisdom, where you're just like, I want more of what life has to offer. And the universe is going to start to produce these dreams for me that are right within my grasp. So in order to do that, I just released what doesn't work for me, and then ta-da, you're right there. And that's beautiful, you guys. You're just awake. You're just awakening to everything that's there, which is lovely. So now we're going to have a trigger versus truth, because I love these. The trigger statement is I cannot go on. And the truth statement is my heart is light. Please hold space for the feelings you have. Honor them and be with them. Your burden will be lightened. Definitely. Once we release things that don't really work for us, our burdens definitely dissipate and then they disintegrate, right? And that's going to be you guys. Just really beautiful focus and opening up a path to these lovely, warm relationships with friends and new romances, and you guys just have a lovely grasp on it. You know your path, you understand how to ground now, and you're going to be more in nature. You're going to be having more physical exercise that makes you feel good. You're not going to have any more frustrating scenarios or discord going around you. You don't accept chaos on any levels, so you just dismiss it, and you have just right thinking. No more monkey mind and bouncing around. Well, I could do this, I could do that. You're like, no, this is what I need to resolve first, and you're going to be very methodical. Very good, you guys. Yeah, you're going to be thinking like engineers. Like, if I'm building this path, this is what I need. You know what I mean? I need right thinking. I need quiet. I need time to ground out. I need the right people around me. I need to be filling my head with the right information, not nightly news of terrible goings on that bring me down. So you're just going to be going up, 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 up. So that's beautiful, Rooster group. Very, very good. So if that's you and you're new, welcome to the channel. And don't forget to press like and subscribe, and the little notification bell, they'll let you know when all the new videos are out. If you press the little gray arrow down at the bottom right, it'll bring you to all my links. So it'll tell you everything about the private reads you want to know, my Instantgo, which is really cool. You can just jump right on there and I can get back to you within the hour. If you just have 1 or 2 questions, I do text reads for you on that. It's really fantastic. My Etsy store, go check out all my natural jewelry and crystals. I use all natural stones and things like this, like pyrite for money, and pearls, and tons of amethyst. I like to work with. My new stone too is apatite that I'm working with. It's one of my favorites. That's this stone right here. Beautiful. These amulets. Every stone and crystal out there has its own property, and anything that comes from deep within the earth or the ocean, of course, is going to emit a beautiful vibration. A lot of it is very healing, stimulating, relaxing, loving. It depends on the stone, and there's many uses for many of them. So if you ever have any questions, feel free to email me and I'll let you know that as well. And my Patreon page that helps support the channel, come visit that. I'd really appreciate that. And also there's a great link down below I'd like you guys to check out for the Goddess Provision Box. If you like crystals, candles, oracle cards, you get it's a monthly box that I'm now a brand ambassador for. I'm not paid. However, if you go on that link and you buy from that link, I get a small percentage to help support the channel as well. And I'm really into the quality of this. Like I say yes to almost every single thing that's brought onto my desk, but this, I was like, wow, this is some cool quality stuff. And it actually had clients ask if I could provide the service, but I simply didn't have the time. You know, I would put some crystals and some things together whenever I had spare time, but it's simply, it's a whole job within itself, but it's a lovely service. So if you guys want to check that out too, that'd be really, really cool. So keep rolling with this beautiful energy, you guys. You really have your hand on the steering wheel now, and you know in the direction you want to go, and you're just going for it. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're moving on to the beautiful horse. Absolutely adore the artwork in there. It's so stunning. Wow, just love it. Okay, so for the horse energy, it's saying, I can fly freely even without wings. The keywords are energetic, frank, enthusiastic, loyal, unwilling to be constrained. The description is when the horse gallops over the grassland, even the earth becomes a constraint. His heart has flown onto the air with a passionate, free red fairy that gallops into the much wider world. I love that. The positive meanings are enthusiastic, determined, brave, optimistic, and of course, super positive. It's about being persevering and relying on the power of the team. I love that. That's very beautiful. So yeah, again, you guys, this is the year for you in the next couple months that you feel like you're at the top of your game and you're going to be in control. You're not forcing anything, I feel, with this group, or you're not overexerting. You're in a beautiful yin receptive energy, which is really cool because, again, when you trust your path and your energy, you're in receptive mode, right? So these opportunities come in, and when you have to reinvent certain scenarios, you can reinvent yourself. You're very adaptable. You're seeing the value in things now where before it might have been overlooked, and that's leading to you to successful endeavors as well, which I really love. So let's get our tarot shifting over here. I will use my new cards that Ian got from Lithuania. Let me give them a shuffle. And they're very beautiful, but it's actually by a Spanish author. And I remember when they arrived, I was so excited because I was like, they looked really old school, like they came from the catacombs of like some Romanian castle. They're really beautiful. Yeah, they're quite remarkable. Yeah, I feel like right now this group too, I'm hearing pretty soon that you're going to be on the perfect vibrational match for whatever it is you're trying to get right now. And you're realizing that whatever is feeling good, you're going to do more of, and it's going to come in all different sort of energy formats that translate into wonderful stuff because you're becoming a magnet for a match for that, whether it's people, places, or things. You know, similarly, if you believe that money is an unlimited resource for you, it's going to keep flowing to you. You know what I mean? You just have to say, wow, it comes in all shapes and forms. That's what I say all the time. If I'm spending, or my kids ask, can I have the car to do this, this, and that? And I'm like, that money will be replaced by the end of the day. And it usually is. And in twofold, yes, I have to put in the work to acquire it, but I love my work. So it's not that. It's the belief that the revenue streams will always flow in and that there'll always be enough for everyone. You know what I mean? So although, oh, I love, oh my gosh, that's funny. I think the Knight of Cups was one in the other rooms, but aren't these remarkable cards? They're very edgy and moody, which I love. Now, this is incredible because, okay, no, okay, let me finish my thought on that. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man, and then we have the Knight of Cups. Yeah, the Knight of Cups and the Hanged Man. Very nice. And Seven of Pentacles. Very good. It's funny, it takes me a while to get used to decks, and I think I only use this once, but I handle it quite often. But I love that the edginess of this. I just feel like they're very, they have a real old feel to it, you know, like I could just picture the old gypsies in their tents using them. They're very beautiful like that. So let me see, sort of, let me just sit with these for a sec so I can get a little acquainted with how I feel them too. I'm going to start with the Nine of Cups. I want to start at this, because the Knight of Cups, I had that in one of the other readings too. I always feel like this defines a loving person who's kind, they're truthful, they're gallant. I always feel like the Knights are romantic, they're refined, well-mannered. You guys, you have a lot of love and compassion, loving relationships around you. In this group, I feel like a proposal may be in the offering around Valentine's too. I don't want everyone to freak out because this is for a collective, but I just heard very strongly that a few of you will be receiving proposals on Valentine's Day. You know, it happens. It's one of those things, but that just popped up. And the Hangman was part of the process because you're feeling, a few of you, a little stagnation in your relationships. It isn't elevating to the position you'd like it to as quickly as you'd like it to. But again, there are two people involved in love relationships. So we have to let other people get in alignment with what they would like for the relationship too, right? We never want to rush anybody. And again, remember, we have to watch our beliefs in this because when it's not in total agreement with what we're wanting, we can conflict it and therefore stop the flow of whatever it is, whether it's the offers, whether it's moving to a higher level, right? If we have too much worry and concern and we're just playing things over and over in our mind and we get fixated on stuff, it creates blockades and barriers because we're not letting the energy run freely and letting our guides and our spirit team do the job, which is to usher in more love, balance, and opportunities to us, right? We just got to go with the flow and just let it all come in and not force anything. Just be at peace with what's going around, because if we're not, we're basically being a hypocrite, right? I want to be loved, but it's not, but I need it right now and I need it like this and I need a proposal and all that, right? It's too much. We're forcing things. We're putting too many constraints, restrictions, and just trying to have it our way. I mean, it's not like a Burger King. I need it now and I need it this way. There's somebody else involved. So let's flow. And sometimes when we're very graceful and gracious and we're patient, things start to flow beautifully. It is just the way it works when we're not trying to push or let me give you an example. I was trying to make a piece of jewelry yesterday, and the clasp just would not go on because I was mixing leather, metals, and other things. And I was not using the right pliers, but I didn't want to get up to get the proper ones. But I knew if I hit it right in the right part, it would work. However, it kept popping off. But I became so like, I have to do it, and I have to do it now, and I'm not getting up, that it literally took me 5 times as long because I was insisting on using the wrong tool. And that's what this is about, using the right tools at the right time. And whatever makes you feel good, the flow of it, doing more of that. When you're painting, you feel good. When you're listening to good music, you're doing more of that. And that will create a lovely flow of energy. And sometimes we need that hangman energy where we sit back. It's that time to reflect and go, well, what have we been doing that works, right? Let's go down that avenue. And that brings us to the 7 of Pentacles. And this is waiting for your efforts to bear their fruit, okay? So when the Aquarians steady, careful work in this and patience is building up, they'll see the results. You're going to see it. You're working towards a good future, good results, and success is going to be attained after the delay, which is right in the middle, right? The Hangman, you got to sit back. It's a long-awaited bounty. Again, some of you, it's definitely a proposal. Some of you, it's going to benefit you work. Some of you want to go to another country or return from a country or change jobs or an aspect of your job. And those results are going to come into you through patience and perseverance for sure. It's an effort that you definitely put in for a potential growth. And now the wait is going to be over. So your winning harvest is in, so to speak. And that's beautiful. I love that for you guys. Again, you're going to have this renewed sense of hope and vigor that you're on the right path, that the answers are coming to you, that things are stable. Again, your opportunities are starting to roll in. And I feel like, again, with this, a mass increase of income and revenue streams is for quite a few of you guys as well, which is beautiful. So let's see what your trigger versus true statement is. And this is Neroli. And this says, I am unstable is your false trigger statement. The true statement is, I am aware. You are strengthening the connection between your energetic and physical bodies to help you manifest your goal. That's beautiful. And isn't that right? When we're working in alignment and we're not contradicting ourselves, we're in that proper stream of I'm working in alignment with what is good. It's like you're that thing when you're just on a bicycle and just going downhill and there's little effort that's needed because you're just in the right place at the right time. You're making grounded decisions and you're honoring and respecting your soul's needs. And also the souls and the needs of others. That's why everything is so placid, calm, and really coming to on a beautiful, harmonic wave. It's just wonderful. I'm really excited for you guys. Great energy for this group. Beautiful. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. And don't forget to press like and subscribe. And also the notification bell will let you know when all the new videos come in. If you press the little gray arrow at the bottom right of the screen, that'll bring you to all my links down below. Private reads, my Patreon page. Thank you, patrons. It's such a fun little group. We just had chat night last night. Pop on there and see what's available. It helps support the channel. And you can just donate $1 a month. And we have all these great things. And you get extra videos and all this fun stuff. So come say hi. And also my Instantgo the channel. I love that because if you just need a quick read, like boom, 1-2 question, I can jump right on there and do a text read for you. It's been, sometimes I have some of my clients come on 3-4 times a day. They need to be worked through a crisis situation. They have just either people popping off like crazy folks, and I help keep them grounded and walk them through stuff, because one of the biggest things that you guys are going to be going through too is you're not accepting unacceptable behaviors anymore. So when people approach you from the left, you're not going to engage in any petty behaviors, squabbles, or fights. You're just above that. So you either just tune out completely or you say thank you, but this really isn't for me. You know what I mean? There's a lot of graceful ways to go about handling conflict, and that's you guys. You're reinventing yourself in bigger and better ways, and it's really great. So yeah, check everything out on there. And also, I'd really love it if you click the link to the new Goddess Provision Box. It's got such great things in there. It's got oracle cards, it's got crystals and candles, and I rarely will do brand ambassadorship for anything, but I really believe in the quality of this particular company. Their stuff is great. It's like just a lovely fairy godmother dropped off a wish box for you. And the reason I started this too is a couple clients were asking me, Melanie, can you put together crystal packets for my writing endeavors, because I'm having writer's block, this, that, and the other thing. And I simply didn't have the time, and I'm not kidding. Talk about synchronicity. This company then approached me within 48 hours of some of these requests. I was like, hell yes, please, because I haven't the time to do it, and you guys are ideal. And I love them. And the small percentage, when you click that link and buy from my link, goes to help support the channel as well. And I really, really appreciate that. So you guys remember, you're staying in alignment, and allow yourself time to decompress too, because I think opportunities and things are coming fast and furious for you guys, and you just need to be able to evolve your full body, mind, and spirit, and be able to align with everything, and then move into it beautifully. And you're going to be able to do that. I love that for you guys. Remarkable, remarkable energy. Yeah, you're just gonna, it's almost like you have a fairy godmother or somebody right there just breathing right in your ear going yes and no. And I'm lucky with my guides too. Sometimes I'm like, do I need a rest right now? What's going on? Because when I woke up, I was tired before I began this, but I was inspired, and I wanted the same sort of frequency as I was receiving things to be. So I was like, I'm only sitting and speaking. I'm not running a marathon. Of course I can do this. You know what I mean? It's all about our perspective, right? Well, we can overwhelm ourselves if we try to go, well, but by dinner time, if I do this, then I won't have that energy. It's all those silly things where we overwhelm ourselves. So when we take it step by step, it's very doable. And now we're going to go on to the pig. Oh, this artwork is remarkable as well. Look at that with the snail fairy. Just right below the pig, like here's some truffles. Snoik it up, snoik, snoik. I love how everything's so flowy. It looks like water and rivers. It's so gorgeous. Absolutely adore that. So let's see what the pig energy is all about. What's going on? This artwork, I swear, sometimes artwork can just put us in a beautiful headspace, right? We look at something, it calms our heart, it calms our nerves. It can invigorate our senses. So I think artwork is an important group an important component to this group as well. I feel like it sways you in the right direction when you see vibrancy and color, lifts you, beautiful details, and remind you to be refined and together and take your time, because good things really can't be hurried. So let's see what's going on. The pig says you are forthright, naive, optimistic, and kind. The keywords are easily contented, straightforward, easygoing, and happy-go-lucky. Without any goal or plan, the pig travels with the snail fairy, stopping and starting, making the best of things. Despite that the dense misty fog makes the distance blurred, as long as there is sunshine, the pig can be found with beauty all around him. The positive meanings are optimistic, simple, living in the moment, generous. The active meanings are letting nature take its course, forgive and be direct, believing that everything happens for the best. The boundless scenery is at the perilous peak. Yeah, meaning some of the best views are at the very top of the mountains, right? So you're realizing that, when things are happening, you're not second guessing everything. You're just completely understanding that things are happening for a specific reason, and everything, because it's temporary, doesn't really make a difference in the long run, right? You've opened that window, you poked your head out, and the weather changes, the sun rises and falls, that everything is on its own scale, time, and destined past. So with this lovely, optimistic, kind outlook on things, you don't feel downtrodden. You don't get the poor me's. You just know that successful endeavors are headed your way. I feel like this group, you have mass clarity on a lot of things that were in the dark before, because you're not attaching too much importance to stuff that isn't important anymore. You know what I mean? You can see the bigger, better picture. You have a much higher perspective on things. You're expressing who you really are now. That's what I feel like this group is definitely doing. You're stepping into a kind of permanence of self, where before you could have been a little more wishy-washy. You're like, no, this is really what I value now, and I'm going to state that, and I'm not going to put up with things that aren't beautiful. And that's the energy that's going to come with that behavior when you're true to yourself. Oh, amazing. Love it. Oh my God. And the Emperor. Good Lord, you guys. The trifecta of harmony and strength and super connectivity with your spirit team. I love this. I'm like, I'm sorry, could these cards be any more disorganized? I mean, it's such a weird angle. Look at this. So, Three of Cups, beautiful. The Star and the Emperor. So, you guys have a beautiful, smooth, unhindered path right in front of you, regardless of what it is, business, relationships. This is all about complete elimination of any toxins in your life, people, places, or things, because you understand that your dreams and desires all have that high vibration. So you're going to be keeping yourself at that level, and again you're going to understand the collective energy around you too. That's sort of the star, the collective energy of how to move a group and how to have passion and fire behind it. Whether it's at work, you're going to become an excellent delegator, and you're going to be able to really speak with force and energy and conviction, and you're learning to manage your energy, which is very, very important. That's part of the Emperor. When you can manage your energy and you realize it waxes and wanes throughout the day, and where you can funnel and channel it for your best effort and results, you're starting to garner that energy and that gift, going, well, listen, if I exert all this energy on all this little fussing and fightings and distractions or Instagram or whatever the hell's going on, then I won't have energy later to really pull it together when I'm trying to put together this fantastic piece of art, or this group outing that I want to have with my friends, or this lovely celebration. Because a part of your gifts are going to be in the social arena. With the Three of Cups, there's going to be a lot of coming together of friends and family, and you're trusting your energy and your path that you're on, and you're realizing that others' input can be valuable as long as you run it through a strainer. You know what I mean? That you don't take everything verbatim, and you realize, okay, well, that aspect is very true and very helpful, so I'm going to use that. And you're going to be able to read through any kind of deceptions with the Star card. You're going to see truisms for exactly what they are. You're going to be able to decipher who's on your side, who's clapping for you when you're winning, who's in the background sort of drilling holes in your boat when you're trying to row a certain way. There's going to be a massive light thrown over everything, and you're going to be like, wow. You're going to be at the top and in control. You're just going to see all of it. That Emperor is just saying, wow, holy cow, I thought this person was A, B, and C, but they are E, F, and G. Like, a lot of things are going to do a 180 in nobody's opinions are going to sway you. You're going to be able to pull from each account that's happening around you and use it to your best benefit, but you're not swayed, you're not played, and you're not delayed. You're just like refined in your practices, which means you're not diluted, or you're not carrying too much baggage. You're not fixated on anything from the past, which means you can move beautifully into the future, which you're not popping too far ahead in, because you're reading the signs as you need them, and you're doing it step by step, methodical. Again, you're truly expressing who you are and what you want in a very beautiful, refined way. Again, you guys, it's like you're doing the brain train, where you're like, okay, let's do this and try this and see how it works for us. And it's so effective, and it's clearing out any of the frustrations and delays, that you're like, okay, this is now in the data bank. This is how I'm going to use this effective behavior and game plan again, because it's working. You know what I mean? You're streamlining everything again by eliminating toxicities, anything, people, places. You're managing your frequency, beautiful, which means you're keeping your vibration on high, which means you're not contradicting yourself with those old beliefs of I want this, but it might bring this. No, it's just like, I want this, and this is why. Now let's go get it. So it's just streamlining and bringing in revenue. It's bringing in answers. It's bringing in creativity, and you have a flow after flow after flow, because you're realizing your spirit team is with you. If you say you want A, and you put some lovely traction behind it, and you use gorgeous envisionments, that's what you're going to get. And you know that to be true, and that's what you're working with, and it's just flourishing. This group is flourishing, and it's beautiful. I love it. So let's pull you a trigger versus true card. So this is geranium, and it says, this is the trigger on true statement, I am all in my head. And the true statement is, I create with pleasure. It's time, take the time to rest, and in that time, be open to creative pursuits. Surround yourself with things that please your senses and be gentle with yourself. This is what I do if I feel like I have a ton of reads and a lot of stuff. I realize, hell, you could try to blow this out of proportion and be like, oh, I have no time for myself, blah, blah, blah. But if you say, hey, I'm creating when I do these reads, and I'm using beautiful works of art and cards and this and that and crystals and all this stuff that I would be doing anyway, things fall into perspective for me. And that's what you're going to be doing. You're like, wow, I really want this to happen, but it's going to take networking skills and this and that. So what you do is you start a little research and you realize how fun it is because you're coming up with answers you didn't know were so readily available to you. That's what's going to be your number one component of successes. All this ready available information that you can intrinsically put to use for your higher purpose and good right away without very little effort. Effortlessness is just your key word. Things are flowing and flowing and flowing. A big component of that is the star card saying, listen, magic is always available to you. When you peek your head through that window, when you go, whoa, there's no real rules out here, so I can make my own rules, which means there's no real risks because it's my dream and it's my hope. So I'm going to just reach out, ABC, try this, blah, 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 blah. And it's almost like hopscotch for you on to the next, the bigger, the better. And you're just cutting a sway through this. Beautiful, you guys. Lovely, lovely energy. So if you're new to the channel, welcome and congratulations, because you guys are fantastic energy, fantastic over the next few months. Welcome to my channel if you are new, and don't forget to press like and subscribe. And thank you all your subscribers, and thank you for all your beautiful compliments and comments. Keep them coming. I love to open dialogue with you guys. So beautiful. And don't ever doubt for a second that I don't read through every comment that comes in. I answer all you guys. You know I have since day one, and I always will, because I'm here for you. That's why I'm here, and I want to know about your challenges, your change, your successes, and all those things. It makes my day, and I really love you guys, and I'm so proud of you. Your growth is insane. You're doing so beautifully. So yeah, thanks you guys. And if you want to get the notifications when the new videos come up, just tap that bell and it'll let you know. Hit the little gray arrow at the bottom right. It'll bring you down to all my links where I have my private reads, my Instantgo reads, where I hop right on and I can answer you within an hour or two in text. That's really helpful. My Etsy store where it has all my beautiful stones and handcrafted jewelry that I've had for years I've been developing. And also, my patrons, I want to thank you so much for helping support the channel. Hop on and see what's over there. We just had, I call it open mic night, where I just basically, we all just talk and we go on there, and it's really, really fun. And we all just connect and see how each other's lives are going. And also, if you want to check out something really, really cool, I have this new great thing. I just began this brand ambassadorship for Goddess Provisions. I do not get paid for them. However, if you click on the link and you buy from that link, I get a small percentage that helps support the channel, and it's really great stuff. And I say no to practically everything that comes across my desk except for this, because some of my clients were saying, Melanie, can you provide this service of, like putting crystals together with this and that, because I want to make an altar. I would love to do this. And I didn't have the time. I would do one or two specialty items for people, but within 48 hours of people asking for that, no kidding, talk about synchronicity. This came across in an email. Hey, Melanie, would you like to work with us? I was like, I can't even believe how great your timing is. So check them out. They're so great. They have these beautiful aromathy sprays that are gorgeous, crystals. You get a box of oracle cards. This particular one was the abundance month, so this is about money and wealth. Just fantastic. It's a really, really great service, and I'm really happy to be able to provide it for you guys. Check it out. It's fantastic. So again, you guys, just move with this beautiful energy. Be galvanized and know you're in it to win it, and there's no way you're going to lose in the next couple months. The energy is just... It's in perfect alignment with your soul's course, your mind's course, and your spirit team course. You're all working together in conjunction for your highest good as well as the collective, and it's beautiful. So wonderful, you guys. I'm super proud of you. So keep this energy going. Love and light. We'll talk soon.